Okay, there we go. I was saying was the list was it just wasn't very. Yeah, Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky. I thought they were pointless. They were trying to be funny. It didn't. I didn't think it worked. The humor really didn't work. Though it wasn't. They weren't very scary at all. And if you watch them, you're just like, this is just stupid. It's not much I have to say about them, but just that I thought they were incredibly dumb. Next, number three, we have Halloween Resurrection from 2002. All the Halloween films were good, but then it started to not. They started not to get very good when they got to Halloween. Halloween 2, the original was pretty good. Halloween 3, the Season of the Witch, I thought was dumb, but it didn't make the list. And they were going to continue it, but it didn't do well enough. Halloween 4, Return of Michael Myers, I thought was okay. Halloween 5, Revenge of Michael Myers, I thought wasn't very good. I mean, you thought the way 4 ended that they would continue it, but they didn't. Which I thought that was very disappointing. I don't know why they didn't. Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, I thought was just dumb, pointless. H2O, Halloween H2O, I thought that should have been the end of the series. Like, it ended on a very good conclusion. Then they had to make this film, Halloween Resurrection, which there's times in the series that defies logic, kind of, but this one, like, defied all possible logic. I'm not going to spoil anything, but they do something in this film that, like, completely ruins the rest of the film. I mean, it's something that you shouldn't do in a huge franchise like this. And it ended on the end franchise unfortunately ended on a very sour note, which a lot of people agree that this one shouldn't have even been made. And a lot of fans I don't even think a lot of fans consider it canon. I mean, I know it is part of the series, but it's so hated that people always say avoid this film like the plague. I mean, that's how bad it is, and I agree it's a waste of time, this film was. Okay, what else do we have here? We have Home Alone 4, Taking Back the House from 2002. Home Alone 1 and 2 were great, like a lot of people agree. Home Alone 3 I thought was okay too. But why did they have to make this film? It had none of the original cast in it, and they were supposed to be playing the cast members from the original first two, but with all different actors. It just doesn't work. When I saw this film for the first time, I was like, what is this? You know what? I'm not even going to say much about it. It was pointless, not needed, not funny, not good one bit. The traps were not good either. Acting was not good. Or did I say that already? But it just, I don't know. And then they made the fifth one, The Holiday Heist, which it was a straight to TV movie like this one was. But I thought it was okay, you know. I thought I was gonna absolutely dislike it like this one, but I didn't. But that's all I'm gonna say about that. Number one, here we go. Drum roll. It's Jaws 4: The Revenge from 1987. Now, Jaws is one of my all-time. The Jaws series is one of my favorite all-time franchises. Mainly the first one, which is like an all-time classic. Second, Jaws 2, I did think was okay. It was nowhere near as good as the first one, but it was still entertaining. Jaws 3, despite how cheesy it was and how dumb it kind of was, it was at least a somewhat entertaining film. And, you know, my phone. I'm going to pause this for a sec. Okay, there we go. I had to answer a call there. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Jaws 4: The Revenge was it. That's the definite way to ruin a franchise. I mean, it took everything good about Jaws and completely drove it into the ground. And it just, like, you're watching the film and you're like, did they really just do that? I'm not going to give anything away, like I always said before, but it's like, did they really just do that? My reactions to watching it the first time was like, did they just do that? You've got to be kidding me. How did that happen? And did they really go there? And they was not in a good way. I mean, this was an utter disgrace to Jaws. And all copies of Jaws the Revenge, I hate to admit it, I have all 4 DVDs. I'm not going to do anything with them, but all copies of Jaws 4 it shouldn't even be made anymore. I mean, that's how bad it is. Jaws 4. I mean, man, it's a disaster of a movie. And last time I checked on the Rotten Tomatoes site, I'm going to check right here, Rotten Tomatoes. Jaws 4. Jaws 4. Rotten Tomatoes. Let's see. I was right. Jaws 4 on Rotten Tomatoes has a 0%. 0%. That's about as bad as you can get. So, if you really want to watch a film just to make fun of it, which I do sometimes, then go ahead. But it's a disastrous movie. I mean, it's an absolute train wreck of a movie. I mean, wow, I dislike this film a lot. And yeah, I said, being Jaws, one of my favorite franchises, this is the definite way of how to ruin a once great franchise. Even Jaws 3, I said, despite how Jaws 3 went, I didn't hate it as nearly, with the bad effects, the not so great acting. I didn't hate it nearly as much as this film did, but yeah, it's definitely, in my opinion, the worst sequel I've ever seen. And that's about it. I might make another video in the future with maybe more sequels that I'll see, but leave in the comments if you like what your worst sequels you've ever seen were. If you'd like, agree, disagree, you can give your opinion if you'd like. That's all I'm going to say, and I'm out.